What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I'm back, and I already said this in my last video, but I'm back. And today we're gonna be reacting to Lonely Men: Rules of Modern Dating and Understanding Women. It's complicated. Channel is complicated. Shout out to Sneeko. I reacted to a lot of the things that he's reacting to, because I truly believe that if I step into the community, I will change the delusion that's I hit my glasses, the delusion that's in our society. So without further ado, let's check it out. And before we check it out, let me just make this a little smaller and make this a little bigger, like that. There we go. Yeah. Alrighty, let's check it out.
Is it easier for a man or a woman to acquire sex?
It is much easier for a woman to acquire sex.
Why is that?
Because we're queens, we're tens, and we can do whatever we want.
Because we choose.
We choose. Exactly. Our society is fucked up.
We choose whether or not we have the option of whether or not we're gonna.
There's no we. Okay? You are not part of them. I don't think any. You have Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak tatted above your titties, ma'am. I don't even know what this is. I can't see, but like, you must really love "I'ma Leave the Door Open" song. Like, that really must hit you for you to go and, consciously choose to be tatted with that. Like, ma'am, I don't think you're a part of the we women choose who we fuck. I don't think you choose. I don't even know what you even classify as, but I don't know. Keep listening to Bruno Mars.
Gonna let a man have sex or not?
I don't think that that's necessarily true.
Don't women typically consent to sex?
Consent goes both ways.
Right. Well, let me ask you this. What's the longest that
No, it does not. It does not go both ways.
a man's ever made you wait for sex?
You know, it's happened. I don't know.
But does that typically happen?
Maybe. No, it doesn't typically happen.
Okay, so isn't it fair to say that women generally control access to sex more than men
If
do?
a woman wants sex, she can get it. If a man wants sex, doesn't mean that he can necessarily get it.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that he can get it at all. Not necessarily at all. He can't get it. You know when he can get it? When he earns the money, when he has the cars, when he has the popularity. That's when he can get it. Not men, celebrities, male celebrities, not men.
Okay, so is it safe to say that women typically control access to sex more than men do? Because it's easier.
She's trying to say something other than no. Look at her. She knows the answer. She's like, should I say no? I don't know if I should say no, because then I'm going to be proven wrong.
Because it's easier for a woman to get sex than it is for a man?
I don't like the phrasing that you're boxing me into, but I would.
But I mean, do you have a different way of explaining it? I mean, is that not generally true?
That is true.
That
I mean, if it's easier for a woman to get sex and it's harder for a man to get sex, we can't conclude that women typically control access.
That is
Okay.
100% true.
For sure. Yeah, guys are thirsty.
Since it's harder for men.
Guys are thirsty. This is why I'm making these videos. This is why there's so many other people making these type of videos, so we can speak. Guys are thirsty. You're right. This girl who said this. This girl said it. You're right. Guys are thirsty. We're making these videos so they don't be thirsty, because you guys are a product of that. You are the people that are formed. This is why your personality is how your personality is, because of guys being thirsty. It's simple.
Should women be surprised
Actually, no, it's complicated. It's complicated.
that guys have lower standards for sex than women?
Not really, because I mean, they just want to get it in, right?
Yeah, real quick. I don't know.
Don't women have the privilege of being more picky because they have more options?
I mean, I
Yes.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't women have the privilege of being more picky because they have more options?
Yeah, Alex. No.
Yes.
Have you ever heard of an incel?
No.
An incel?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
I hate when this happens. Alex, close the door.
You ever heard of an incel?
No.
Okay, incel stands for involuntarily celibate, and it refers to a person who can't get any sex. Who is more likely to be involuntarily celibate, men or women?
Men.
Men. I think it's 1 in 3 men are not having sex right now.
1 in 3.
Society, if a man
I
goes
think you meant 3 in 1.
up to a woman and asks her for her number or Snapchat, he's looked at as like a creep and a pervert. But if a woman goes up to a man, it's 100% okay, which is not okay to me.
That is not okay to anybody except
Why
women
are
because
men
they're
shamed for
delusional.
being able to get sex, but also shamed for trying to get sex?
That's a good question. I think it's the way they go about trying to get sex, because women want relationships. Well, I can't say all women, but a good.
You're making it complicated. To be honest, I didn't even hear the question. I'm too busy, looking at this girl's Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak tattoo.
Good amount of women want relationships, and when you meet the men that just want sex, it kind of tarnishes everything.
Is it fair to shame men for being incels when women are the ones who control access to sex?
I don't think you should shame anybody for anything.
Is it fair to shame men for being incels when women are the ones who control access to sex?
No, not at all.
Isn't that victim shaming?
Yes, 100%.
Isn't it funny how the guys are the only people that are speaking the truth? And when a girl gets debunked with her theories in 2 or 3 questions, you know what her answer is? That's a good question. I don't know about that one. That's a great question. You just debunked my whole theory.
Isn't every
Stay
man
woke.
who's been rejected temporarily an incel?
Yes.
Is it fair to portray incels as lazy, immature losers because they don't conform to women's standards and selectivity?
No. Yes. No.
Yes.
No.
Who is the guy in the background? Yes.
If a man can't get sex, he might be made fun of. And
Hey, shout out to him for standing up to the delusion that people have, mostly women, in our society. And if they're not women, then they're classified as, like, whatever the hell they're classified as. It's...
called. If a man can't get sex, he might be made fun of and called names just for that.
Will be.
Well, also, I think if a man does get a lot of sex, it might be like everyone praises him also for getting a lot of sex. So I don't really think that there's a whole lot of men out there that are getting shamed for having a lot of sex.
Is it fair?
First of all, is that a female? I don't know. First of all, you're right about the part where they get shamed and all that, but I feel like our society has shifted. It used to be, I get bitches, I'm so cool. I feel like our society has shifted into people don't even care about guys. Like, in general, they just don't care. Like, if you get bitches, nobody's gonna even pay attention to you anymore. Like, that's how focused we are on women and feminism and no masculinity.
Fair to portray incels as lazy, immature losers because they don't conform to women's standards and selectivity?
Negative.
No.
Everybody is built different and has their own standards in life.
If a man does conform, does that make him a simp?
Negative.
No.
Why is it more acceptable to shame men for having low standards versus shaming women for having unrealistic high standards?
Who is she smiling at? What is going on?
That is right. I'm speechless on that one.
Oh yeah.
I'm speechless on that one. I'm speechless on that one. You're not speechless. You're wrong. There's a big difference. I'm getting mad, bro. This is pissing me off.
Kinda got me flabbergasted on that one.
Who says that? Flabbergasted. Who possibly says that? This is how you know this girl's watching TikTok 24/7.
I'm speechless on that one.
Oh yeah, you kind of got me flabbergasted on that one.
Right, you're flabbergasted. Don't know what to say.
Survival of the fittest. Whoever seems like they're about to get it in gets it in, and they continue their.
Look at how they're smiling. This is something Sneeko also pointed out. They are sucking our souls, guys. They're smiling, getting all our happy energy, and we're just here getting sadder and sadder and sadder while they're getting happier and happier with all the validation. Look at them.
Jeans and
Look at them. Look at her.
whatnot, but
If a guy smiles half of how long she smiled during this video, he's gonna have a mental illness or something. This isn't even normal.
besides that, like, I don't know.
So would you
Look at them. Look at them. Shut the fuck up.
say, based on that women ultimately control the evolution of society?
Yes.
Based on the men that they choose?
Yes, it's because it's like the mating rituals. Like they say yes or no. Most breeds.
So
like
then how are we
species.
living in a patriarchy where men have all the power?
Just because that's how society was set up when women were supposed to stay home and take care of the kids, and the guys went out and did all that shit, and we're supposed to rely on them.
And you still are supposed to rely on men. That is still a thing that you have to do.
What is the longest you've gone without having sex?
15 years. Because I'm 15 right now.
A year?
What is the longest by choice you've gone without having sex?
3 seconds.
A year?
Probably like 18 years.
Shout out to my guy over here, bro. This is a W man, bro. I'm glad that there's some people that are, at least out there, bro. I'm happy that there's at least a little bit of hope left.
What is the longest by choice you've gone without having sex?
Probably like a month.
Who's more likely
Okay, I take back a lot of what I said.
to lie about how long they've gone without sex, men or women?
Women.
Don't men
That is true.
lie about getting more and women lie about getting less?
Yes, but for very different reasons. Women do it because they care of what others people think and they want to portray an image. Men do it to gain validation. And it's not even men, boys. Boys do it. Little boys do it, all right? Teens, and I'm a teen. But boys do it. Men don't lie about that just to gain validation and some sort of confirmation from the girls and from everybody around them. Men focus on their purpose. Stay woke.
No. Yeah.
Don't men lie about getting
No, yeah. Make up your mind, bro.
more and women lie about getting less?
Yes.
Why?
Because we're seen as being tarnished for the more
No. You think you're seen. In reality, nobody really cares. Nobody's gonna go home, lay down, and dream about seeing you for 3 seconds walking across the street because they know your body count. Nobody cares.
that we have.
Why are women who sleep around seen as sluts while men who sleep around are seen as studs?
Because men don't want to see that their woman that they have prospect to be interested in has been with every man.
Could it
What? The fuck are you talking about? Replay that. I don't even know what she said at this point.
They have
Hold
are
on.
seen as studs?
because men don't want to see that their woman that they
Men don't want to see that their woman that they
have prospect to.
Men don't want to. Hold on. I lost it. Hold on. Let's see.
Because men don't want to see that their woman that they
Men don't want to see that their woman that they prospect. What?
have prospect to be interested in has been with every man.
Could it be because it's easier?
This guy, the interviewer, doesn't even know what she said at this point. Like, what is going on? What did she say? I think Bruno Mars is getting in her head too much.
To be a slut?
Wait, hold on. What?
Interested in has been with every man.
Could it be because it's easier for a woman to be a slut?
Yes. You're 100% right. I guarantee you she's going to be like, she's probably going to smile, bro. Look.
No,
Well, don't women control access to sex?
they do, but there are many male sluts.
That doesn't mean that there's not more women sluts, okay? And I don't even know who she's talking about as a man that are sluts, okay? I don't know, bro. That's a female thing.
They're just being praised for being that way.
But isn't it harder for a man to be a male slut than it is for a woman to be a female slut?
Depends on the man.
No, it depends on the female.
Wouldn't you say that the high-value men with lots of options are rare?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then wouldn't you say that it's more likely for your average woman to be a female slut than your average man?
Yes.
So basically, she said no, and now, with 2 questions, she's saying yes.
Women sleep with who they want, men sleep with who they can.
Look at them. She said facts. They're both laughing. Look at this demon. You can see the demon inside of her. Stay away from these types of people.
What's the difference between shaming a woman
Yes.
for being a slut and shaming a man for being an incel? In other words, why are women shamed for having too much sex, while men are shamed for not getting any sex?
Well, women can't have sex without being attached in some way. It's just in our innate.
What do you mean they can't have sex?
Not that they can't have sex. They can't be.
Well, then don't say that.
They can't have sex without having some type of.
I can't listen to this girl. Get her off the screen. And then there's these 2. And then there's this girl again. Where are everybody else? Okay, let's see what this guy has to say.
Do you think women today are more interested in relationships or hookups?
Hookups.
You know, I would say more hookups today.
Why?
Thank you.
Because they have all these rappers, you know, influencing them, like, trying to, basically they're trying to play the role as men, you know, they're trying to play us out of our money and
Thank you. At least he gets it.
bullshit.
Me personally, I'm more.
I don't care about you personally. Get off my screen. And now these 2, now this girl. What is up with this girl, bro? I don't want to hear her, bro. And now these, bro.
Intimate with them at a certain point.
Are women doing men a favor by giving them sex?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess.
For a moment.
If a woman
No, they're not.
rewards a man with sex, why is there still pressure on him to perform and satisfy her?
Because there are double standards in this world. That's a good question.
I feel like men can be selfish.
But girls will not come back if they're not, like, doing well. Yeah.
Well, why should a man have to earn the opportunity to please you sexually?
Because women get to decide everything in other species, so why not?
Women get to decide everything. Women get to decide everything. What is this world come to?
A human species.
Okay, but then if that's true, then why do we complain about being in a male-dominated patriarchy where men control women?
That's a good question.
Because
She doesn't even know. She doesn't know. Her theory, her beliefs in Kim Kardashian and long nails and eyelashes, as Sneeko says. Shut up, bro. Female, not bro, girl. Just be quiet, okay? Be quiet. Stick to a worthy and proper Christian man. Believe that you will be transformed in the name of God and you will be happy in life.
it's the hunter and gatherer type of discussion because we had to stay at home.
This is not a face of a good church girl. This is a face of a monster who goes around from door to door, neighbor to neighbor, trying to see if there are any single men in their area.
And wait for the men to come and hunt and bring that shit back to us for us to, like, cook and shit. So that's where it started.
Are there female incels?
I think so, maybe.
Would it be fair for society to shame a lonely old cat lady for being involuntarily celibate?
No.
How likely are men to have sex with a lonely woman out of pity?
I guess it depends on who you ask. I'd say pretty likely.
How likely are women to have sex with lonely men out of pity?
Oh, unlikely. They just want men that are rich and famous.
Couldn't have said it better.
How likely are women to have...
And you couldn't have said it worse.
Like, if you were more confident, that you just, like, put yourself out there more, you just, like, whatever, just do it. I guarantee you, it doesn't matter what the woman's standards are. That's what they're attracted to.
Let me ask you this. So if you woke up tomorrow and you were a guy and you wanted to get laid like most guys do, how would you do it?
I'd go to a bar, find my pretty girl sitting at the bar, sit down.
No, not a pretty girl, a horrible demon.
And I'd ask them if I could buy them a drink. Literally. That's all you have
Literally, that's all you have to do.
to do. Make
No, that's all you have to do if you want a slut in your house.
yourself there. Present yourself. Be confident.
I understand that, but if that was true, why would there be so many guys who complain about being stuck in the friend zone?
Because they're too busy trying to be the nice guy. They're not actually presenting themselves that they want this. They're looking like the friend, so we see them as a friend.
Do you prefer a man who is a gentleman or a bad boy?
Look at her laughing. She's sucking our energy.
Incel hate women.
Being whipped, and I think that's a problem with patriarchy.
Whoa, being whipped?
That men will shame their friends for being whipped, and I think
Being whipped.
that's a problem with patriarchy.
Does every incel hate women?
No.
Does every feminist hate men?
Probably, yes. Yes.
Does every...
I will say this. Okay, I will say this. Let's go to the talking stage. I will say this. I've said it before, and I will say it again. Obey God's laws. Focus on yourself. The women will come later. Keep grinding. Stay woke. Listen, the women will come later. Without further ado, have a blessed day. Stay on your grind. And good things will come to you. In God's name. I'll see you in another video. Peace.